What's going on, my DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on your face, neck, and chest. And man, oh man, never ever go full Tim Burton, bro. This movie is full on Tim Burton. If you love Tim Burton, if you love his style, then my God, this movie is orgasmic to your eyes, your ears, everything, bro. I mean, this movie. Where do I even start with this movie? I think this is where Warner Brothers gave Tim Burton so much freedom, so much creative control because of the success of Batman 89. So one of the executives at Warner Brothers was like, you know what, Tim? Go ahead, do whatever you want. And Tim was like, okay, I'll do whatever I want. And this movie starts out with Pee Wee Herman and his wife, you know, locking. This movie starts, I don't even know where to begin with this movie. The movie starts out with a damn penguin, a hybrid penguin locked in a cage, and he fucking kills a cat. He eats a cat. And you're like, what the hell's going on? Like, this movie doesn't even make any sense because how the hell does two normal parents create a damn penguin? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like Penguin in the comics is just like a regular dude with like a hook nose and short and stuff like that. But Tim Burton was like, nah. If I'm gonna do a villain, if I'm gonna do the Penguin, I want to make a real life Penguin. And you just like from the very beginning, like you already know what you're in for. You're just like, oh, here we go. like Tim Burton, it's like, God damn it! Like someone didn't lock Tim Burton up in his cage. Like who gave him creative control? Oh, like again. But over time, I've grown to really appreciate this movie. At first, like this was my least favorite Batman movie. This was my least favorite Tim Burton Batman movie. But after a while, it's grown on me. I'm just like, okay, because I'm so used to Tim Burton by now, and he's so weird. So I was like, okay, I'll go along with the ride. And first of all, the performances from Danny DeVito as Penguin, he's phenomenal. Even though I don't like this like monster penguin, I'm just like it doesn't jive with me. But Danny DeVito's performance is so good that it doesn't really bother me. And Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, I mean, her Catwoman is still to this day so iconic. And hopefully, Zoe Kravitz with her role as Catwoman in the Batman movie, hopefully she can match what Michelle Pfeiffer did here because her performance is iconic. I will say it's iconic. Like still to this day, people still judge other actresses when they're performing Catwoman. Like, is it on par with Michelle Pfeiffer? And she does a great job here. And the chemistry between Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer is actually pretty damn good. Like they surprisingly have good chemistry, and I really like it, especially with that scene, where Catwoman is on top and they're under like mistletoe and she licks Keaton's face. I mean, that scene alone is already classic, and I love that. It's such a great moment between the bat and the cat. And of course, unfortunately, Michael Keaton Batman, he takes a back seat because Tim Burton is more interested in the villains rather than Batman. I feel like Tim Burton was mostly like forced to really tackle and focus on Batman on the original film. And since obviously the Batman 89 was a huge success, Tim Burton was like, all right, well, I'm not going to do that shit anymore. I'm going to focus on what I really like, the crazy out there characters. And mostly Catwoman and Penguin are really the stars of this movie. And Michael Keaton is like put on the back seat with the exception of that one classic Batman scene where for some reason, by the way, you talk about Tim Burton, for some reason, the Wayne Manor is on top of a hill, which I don't know why. Like it's so Tim Burton-y. It's just like it's so gothic horror. It's just like, I don't know why it's on top of a mountain where before it wasn't like that. But again, creative control. But it has that classic Batman scene where the light shines on him and Keaton stands up and you see the background of the bat symbol. Ugh, so good. So good. Like that scene alone almost makes up for the entire movie. Like it's so goddamn good. And Michael Keaton, as always, he's great as Batman. But unfortunately, again, he's put on the back seat. I wanted to see more on him. I wanted to see where his character grows. Like I want to see more in depth the character complexity of Bruce Wayne and Michael Keaton because he was so good as Batman in 89 in the original film that I wanted to see more of him. But of course, Tim Burton's not interested in that. He's interested in the freaks and monsters and what makes these characters so interesting. I'm just like, okay, it's like whatever. I'm really glad that he wasn't part of the third film because I feel like he would have sort of messed it up. I feel like, especially, I think they had Marlon Wayans as Robin in the third film. I don't know what it was called. I think it was called Batman Triumphant or something like that, which it wasn't really my style, wasn't really my thing. I wouldn't have been interested in that. But I think what really sells this movie is the performances, is Michael Keaton, is Michelle Pfeiffer, and it's Michael Keaton's Batman. I think they sell it enough to make this Batman movie tolerable. So overall, I think it's a good fit. I think it's a good win. The costumes are amazing. The performances are amazing. I didn't even mention Christopher Walken, who's as played by Max Shriek. I mean, I don't know what to say about that character. He totally does not fit in this movie at all. But it's Christopher Walken, and he's solid enough that you overlook the fact that he doesn't even fit in this movie. Again, there are certain plot points in this movie that just don't make any sense, like with the penguins, with rocket ships strapped to them. And like that makes no sense at all. The plot makes no sense. But of course, it's the 90s, it's the early 90s. You buy it. It's not comic accurate at all. But if you love Batman 89, if you love Tim Burton's style, then you're probably gonna love this, and it fits what Tim Burton was trying to do. And of course, the end scene with this Catwoman look at the bat symbol, iconic ending scene. So overall, solid film, not the best, but over time I've appreciated it a lot more. And yeah, if you're a Batman fan, if you love Tim Burton style, then I suggest you will look that up because you won't be disappointed. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Smash that like button, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Support DC, love DC. And if you loved Burton's Batman 89, you're probably going to enjoy Batman Returns. Not as good as the original, but it's a solid hit. So if you enjoy it, love it. And as always, truth up.